This video is for current or future retirees who want to use a dynamic retirement spending strategy, also known as dynamic decumulation. It's about how you can build a very simple calculator to guide dynamic spending decisions. So as you can see, it's not complicated. In this example, there are 3 cells where you need to input your own information at the beginning of each retirement year. Now, dynamic spending only applies to your second or third or fourth or subsequent year of retirement. In the first year of retirement, you have to pick a reasonable withdrawal amount. It might be 4%, it might be 3.5%, whatever you think is most reasonable. So in this example, we're imagining that a retiree is checking their portfolio value right at the beginning of their second year of retirement, and they have $1,195,050. So that information is entered by the retiree at the beginning of this year of retirement. The retiree needs to check whether that is up or down from 12 months ago. In other words, has the portfolio increased in value or has it decreased in value? In this example, it has increased in value. Then the retiree needs to know how much did they spend last year. Plenty of apps and banks can help someone track their spending. So that is a value that has to be known and then inputted. And in this example, the retiree has spent, over the last 12 months, spent $39,750. Then we have the calculated cells. The first thing that the retiree needs to know in dynamic spending is what is 4% of the current portfolio value. So you see the formula here. It is just take the portfolio value and compute 4% of that. And in this example, 4% of the current portfolio value is $47,802. So the retiree might be able to spend that amount, but the analysis is not done yet. That's one possibility. Because the portfolio went up in value over the last 12 months, we need to now turn our attention to the ceiling withdrawal amount. This calculator also computes the floor withdrawal amount, but the portfolio went up in value, so we want to know what is the ceiling value amount. And that is computed by taking what was spent last year and increasing it by 5%. So increasing last year's spending by 5%, we end up with a ceiling withdrawal amount of $41,737.50. So in this example, we can just use common sense at this point and look at the difference between $47,802 and $41,737 and recognize that the more cautious, the more prudent amount to spend here would be this ceiling amount. Let's now use an example of a retiree who has experienced a drop in their portfolio value, as will inevitably happen at times. So it's the beginning of a year of retirement. The retiree enters this amount, realizes that their portfolio has diminished in value over the last 12 months. Last year's annual spending in this example was $44,000. And so now the retiree computes that 4% of the current portfolio amount is $42,000. Do they need to cut their retirement spending for the next year by $2,000? Well, when we look at the floor amount that's computed, so that's last year's spending minus 2.5% of last year's spending, we see that the floor amount is $42,900. So while 4% of the current portfolio value is $42,000, the retiree does not need to cut their spending quite that much because the floor value is $42,900. Therefore, following the dynamic spending rules that are discussed in Vanguard publications, this retiree could comfortably spend $42,900 and does not have to, if they don't want to, reduce their spending as low as $42,000. I hope this gives you some guidance on how to create your own calculator.